In order to operate the hydraulic ram pump, we had to first get an adequate supply of water. Our source was two springs about 300 yards apart. This shows one of the springs and how the water is collected. From here, the water flows along the side of the hill through a plastic pipe to where the second spring is located. The water from the first spring, which you just saw, has now arrived at the second spring, where the combined supply of both springs is caught in a small catch basin located behind a small earthen dam. From this basin, the water flows down the hill through a 1-inch steel pipe, 65 feet in length, with a vertical drop of 13 feet. Now you can see that steel pipe arriving at the hydraulic ram pump. This clip shows how easy it is to start and stop the pump. The pump is allowed to work 24 hours a day, week after week. It has only 2 moving parts and requires only periodic maintenance. In our case, the pump runs from early May to early October. This is a close-up of the escape valve, which is the heart of the whole system. Notice coming up on your screen is a vertical galvanized 4-inch pipe. The water entering this pipe causes air to be compressed, and it is that compressed air which forces the water up the hill, and you'll see that in a few moments. What you'll see now for the next couple of moments is a demonstration of starting the pump, stopping it, draining the system, and then restarting it again. Once the proper valve sequences have been put in place, this is very, very easy to do. And there the vertical galvanized pipe is being drained of water and air. That valve is now being tightened again. We will open that valve, and the pump will start in just a second or two. There it begins to go, and it will soon reach maximum speed. And there it is going once more. Now, another key element in this whole pumping system is this snifter, which you now see on your screen. And it allows air to be introduced into the system to replace that air which is being dissolved in the water in the 4-inch vertical pipe that you saw earlier. The compressed air is now pushing the water through that half-inch plastic pipe which you see, and it begins its way through the forest and eventually up the hill. The water is now flowing through this line, and I have placed the line inside an aluminum pipe conduit. This conduit is to stop foxes, coyotes, and other critters from chewing on the plastic pipe, which they like to do. Now the hard work begins. The line is heading up the hill. We're now looking back down the valley. In the very center of the picture, hidden by the trees, is the pump that you just saw. The pipe goes across the valley floor and heads up the hill to the holding tanks. Here are the holding tanks, and the two of them store the water. The water in these tanks now go by gravity feed to the cabin for domestic use. This last clip shows the amount of water that is actually being produced. It takes approximately 1.5 minutes to fill a quart container. And that is the end of this presentation.